This is the Dodgers Postcast, your instant game reaction for the Los Angeles Dodgers, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the Locked On Dodgers Postcast on the Locked On Dodgers YouTube channel. We appreciate you allowing us to be your source for your team every day. I am Pete Fox, covering sports in LA, dating back to 2007 for ESPN LA and NBC Sports Radio. Well, the Dodgers wrap up the sweep of the Colorado Rockies, 3-1 the final today. And the big story of the day, Freddy Freeman finally got a hit in this series with an RBI. And he hit the ball hard another time before that. Did he seem happy about it? Absolutely not. But honestly, the bigger story, Clayton Kershaw at 37. We all think he's older, I think. He's still old, but this is his 19th season. 17th season. He made his debut 2008 as a 20-year-old. So he's 37 now and still pitching well. I think that was a big point of this game. Everyone was focused on the 3,000 strikeouts. He had 5, so not quite there, which I think we can safely assume in his next outing, he'll probably eclipse that number. Unfortunately, the 5-day rotation, that puts us at Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I will not be covering that game because my vacation starts on Tuesday. I'm kind of bummed about that. I was hoping that he'd pitch on Monday, but it'll probably be Tuesday. So I will not be able to cover that game. I'm going to miss a handful roughly. I'm going to try to squeeze in a couple while in Ireland. There's a couple of games that start early and they're at the end of the series. So I can do those 2 games and kind of wrap up the series and, kind of catch up with what's happening. More for me than for you guys. But anyway, Kershaw will pitch on Tuesday more than likely and hit that 3,000 mark. So 5 today, 6 innings, 1 earned run on 2 hits, and that was a home run. Didn't make too many bad pitches at all. And that, again, back to Eric Karros' point. Yeah, we're all focused on 3,000 strikeouts, but he's pitching very well. He's now 4-0. And, he's a solid starter for the Dodgers right now. I'm not terribly surprised. I know a lot of you are. A lot of you think that he's too old. Again, 37 is old, but it's not like he's 40, right? Which my wife happened to be watching part of the game today. She's like, he's still pitching. How old is he now? I thought he was 39. I was off by a couple of years. So yeah, 37. I don't know how much more gas he has in the tank. I don't think anybody does, especially him. Will he be pitching next year? Who knows? But right now, it's all that matters. And right now, he's pitching very well. Here's how the strikeouts went today. Estrada with a curveball, then Tolia with a slider, struck out Arcia with the curve, Fulford with the slider, and Freeman with the slider. That slider was the last strikeout for number 5, was looking on the outside. It was not a strike, but got the benefit of the doubt. And that was it for him. He was not coming back for the 7th inning. Got kudos in the dugout, hugs are all around, and everything else was all rosy and happy. 69 pitches, the ERA at 3.03. And again, he's 4-0. So every time he gets the ball, after those first couple of outings, he's been very, very effective of late. Mixing and matching very well, relying on the slider, which is his go-to pitch. Also the curveball. So he got all 5 of his Ks between those pitches today. And if those 2 pitches are working, especially, well, I don't know, the slider's wicked too. But when that curveball is on and it's dropping out of the sky, 12-6, practically unhittable. So that's where he is right now. Mark says, next year, Kersh? Who cares? Need him to repeat. That's it. I know. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to look that far ahead. That wasn't my intentions at all. I just know that he's pitching well right now. And then that's as I said, surprising to a lot of you people. It's not really all that surprising to me. Maybe a little bit, because he's topping out at 92, but you don't need to throw the ball that hard when you've got that much movement on your off-speed pitches. So it's hard to hit those sliders and it's hard to hit those curveballs that are moving. If he keeps it down in the zone, it's just hard. Just stay away from the top half of the zone with fastballs in hitters counts and he'll be fine. So I'm sure he'll lose a game or two here along the way. He's not going to win them all, but right now everything is rolling for him, and that's a good place to be. So next time out, let's look at the schedule if you want to forecast that to make sure you don't miss Kershaw's 3,000th strikeout. Boy, what am I doing here? I need to look at the Dodger schedule, not just baseball schedule. So I'm pretty sure it'll be Tuesday, and I don't know who they're playing. I know they have a series over the weekend against the Astros, which is going to be fun. Well, that's July 4th weekend. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself, which I will unfortunately miss. So we got Kansas City this weekend, and Kansas City's in the doldrums as well. Then Tuesday, the 1st, is the White Sox back at the Ravine. Yamamoto scheduled to start that day. So Kersh will start on Wednesday, July 2nd at the Ravine against the White Sox. That'll be the day. So make sure you are tuned in for that. Today, a closer game than we've seen, and the starting pitching again from both sides kept things fairly level, fairly even. The Dodgers once again for the 20. Okay, they've played 24 games this year. I'm sorry, this month. 24 games in the month of June. They have scored first, maybe 23, because they probably included that one. 23 in the month of June. They have scored first in just 5 games. So yet another come from behind win for the Dodgers today. In the second, Teoscar Hernandez led off with a single, which extended his hitting streak to 6 games in a row. He's got it rolling right now, as does Ohtani, who 1 for 3 today, hit a home run, number 28, a bomb to center field, a pitch a little down and away, but he went out and got it. That was a really nice piece of hitting there, mainly because he was down 0-2. He worked the count back in his favor, got a pitch that he liked and drove it. He's batting .291 now. OBP at 392, and the slug is at 633. Mookie with a pair of hits today, so he's starting to find it after an 0 for yesterday. So this series was good for him. 4 hits in all, an RBI, a run scored, hit the ball hard. I hopefully can catch the post game to see how he feels about it. Again, I was surprised a couple of nights ago after the 2 hits that he was so uninterested in being positive. I didn't expect him to be excited. It's June against the Rockies, and he had a couple of hits, but I didn't feel like the questions were about, hey, you're back and you're rolling. It was just kind of like, hey, how's it going? Are you feeling better? And he was kind of like, everything's fine right now. Let's worry about this. We'll focus on this and we'll celebrate it and we'll move on till tomorrow. Right. And I was like, really? Okay. Maybe that's just his method, right? I don't want to worry too much about any one thing or exaggerate it or overemphasize it. And that's pretty standard for Major League Baseball players. They don't want to get it 2 up or 2 down, right? That's why when you can visibly see the reaction from guys like Freddy Freeman and Mookie Betts during a game or in the post game, you can tell they must really be down, because generally speaking, they try to keep it in the middle. They don't want to get 2 up, especially in June. They don't want to get 2 down. So I don't expect Mookie to be excited, but I would have to assume that he's feeling a bit better about himself and the way things are going right now after a couple of hits today. It looked good. And the thing I liked most about what I saw today was it was the 3rd inning. Double for Rojas would turn into a run after Mookie Betts squibbed one to first. That wasn't the one. Oh, the 6th inning, Mookie led off with a double, and it was a really nice compact swing where it didn't, it was down through the ball, quick to the ball. It wasn't extremely long or anything. He really just, threw his hands at the ball, short, compact swing, and that's when he's at his best. So that was a good sign right there from Mookie Betts. 3-1 the final today. Win number 51 for the Dodgers. 20 games over 500. 51-31. 21-17 on the road. Rockies now 18-63. 8-32 at home. We'll take the break, come back and get into a little bit more about the offensive numbers. Teo had a good game. Andy Pajas was over. Edman, decent. Rojas had a nice day at the plate as well. And we'll wrap up the bullpen performance today in a 3-1 win for the Dodgers, who complete the sweep in Denver at Coors over the Rockies. I am Pete Fox. It's the Locked On Dodgers postcast on the Locked On Dodgers YouTube channel. Don't forget to check out the Locked On Daily Dodgers podcast with Travis Rogers Monday through Friday. I believe he does it early in the morning, so it'll be available for you all day. It's Locked On Dodgers postcast on the Locked On Dodgers YouTube channel. Today's episode of the Dodgers postcast brought to you by Supply House. Get the supplies you need from the site that is made for skilled trades. Supply House. Whether you're into electrical work, HVAC, or plumbing, Supply House is the reliable way to order products online. Their easy-to-use website is packed with helpful resources and the latest product info to help you get the job done right. Plus, with a complete inventory of over 200,000 parts from 400 top brands, you'll find exactly what you need delivered fast from coast to coast, because getting that part is a big part of getting the job done right. If you need help with that order, Supply House offers expert support and industry-leading service, so you'll always find a real person to talk to. And for the trade pros looking for an extra edge, their free Trade Masters program offers exclusive perks like a dedicated phone line, free shipping, and discounts on every order. Join the Trade Masters program today at supplyhouse.com/TM and start ordering plumbing, HVAC, and electrical supplies with just a few clicks. Use that code SH5, that's SH5, and you'll get 5% off your first order at supplyhouse.com. Today's episode also brought to you by FanDuel. Summer sports are in full swing, and whether you're all about baseball, under the lights, golf on the green, or high-stakes soccer action, I believe they call it football, FanDuel is the best way to make every game more exciting. You're already following the action. Why not make it a little bit more thrilling with FanDuel? You can get in on the game while your friends are getting sunburned at the beach. So head over to FanDuel.com, and if you're not already a member, now is a good time to become a customer. New customers will get $150 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet is a winner. Again, $150 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. Open the FanDuel app today, or visit it online at FanDuel.com to get started. Dodgers get the victory today confidently and complete. 3-1 the final. Good offensive performance, good defensive performance. The pitching was solid and stout, took care of business. And the D on the field was also fantastic in the fourth inning. Did you see that DP that Miggy started? Woo, what a sweet play that was. To his backhand down the line. He fielded it cleanly and quickly spun around, did a nice 180, fired it over to Tommy Edman, who had a sweet turn to roll a very, very tight, well-executed double play. That was definitely worth acknowledging there. So as far as this,
time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
Yeah, I'd have to give it to Freddy Freeman. How about Freddie? As we started the show, first hit in this series, hit the ball hard to the warning track, and looked very, very, very disappointed about that one, because that was one of those ones where you probably didn't feel it coming off the bat. Squared it up and hit it hard and had nothing to show for it, because that park is huge. In spite of the fact that there's so many home runs hit there, it's a very, very big ballpark. Kike Hernandez went 417 feet today. They said that would have gone out of like 27 other ballparks, but they're only playing in one today, Coors Field. So it was an out, and Kike was over on the day. But Freddie singled to right after Mookie doubled to start the inning, and Will Smith walked, broke a 1-1 tie, and put the Dodgers in front, and ultimately won the game for them.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
Got to give it to Clayton Kershaw today. It was now 4-0, 6 solid innings, struck out 5 Colorado Rockies with the slider and the curveball. He gave up just 2 hits and 1 run. That was a home run. Only walked 1. 69 pitches. Everything about his day today was on point. Kirby Yates came in for 1 frame. Walked 1, struck out 1 on 23 pitches. So a nice, easy day for him. Michael Kopech, 1K in 1 inning on 13 pitches. And Tanner Scott walked 1 in the 9th, struck out 1, but got out of it with the win, or the save rather, to get the Dodgers the win. He's now 17 saves in his stat line, and 17 pitches, and his ERA at 3.55. So the bullpen came in, got the job done as you would expect, and the Dodgers win it 3-1. So nice sweep in Colorado. I don't think anybody expected anything else, as you guys have pointed out in the chat. But these games were interesting. You know, the Rockies, as I've said, they're bad, worst team in baseball, but at least they're scrappy. They make the games interesting. You know, they don't go away quietly. They're up there battling, and you have to give them credit for that. So right back to work tomorrow. First pitch in KC at the K Hoffman Stadium. 5:10. Dustin May versus Noah Cameron. Noah Cameron has a 2-3 win-loss record. He's got a 2.08 ERA and a sub-1 whip. He has 47 innings pitched. He's given up 31 hits. He struck out 34 and surrendered just 4 home runs. As for May, he's 4-5 with a 4.46 ERA, 1.32 whip. He's thrown 78 innings, surrendered 72 hits, struck out 72, and given up 11 home runs with 32 walks. So that's going to be a nice, interesting, tight pitching battle. And for Dustin May, I would have to assume that he is aware of the fact that the Royals offense is struggling mightily. They have lost 5 in a row. Their last 2 games in Tampa, they were shut out rather, 4-0 and 3-0. Prior to that, in the opener of that series against the Rays, 5-1. I'm sorry, I don't believe it is in Tampa. Somewhere in southwest Florida, where I don't know where they're playing now, but it's not Tampa. But anyway, it was in Kansas City, by the way, so it didn't really matter. Either way, the Rays swept the Royals in Kansas City at the K, 5-1, 3-0, and 4-0. So the Royals are definitely struggling offensively, and will be looking to get on the board, focusing hard and grinding to get some runs across the plate. Again, first pitch 5:10. Dustin May goes for the Dodgers. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I am Pete Fox. Don't forget to check out Travis Rogers, new host of the Locked On Dodgers Daily Podcast, right here on the Locked On Dodgers YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Appreciate your comments. Take care. Have a good night. We'll talk tomorrow.